it's Shawn and Casey, and today we're going to talk to you about something really important. We began a lot of questions about what documents you need to bring in order to board the cruise. So there's 4 different ones that we're going to talk about: the U.S. permanent resident, the U.S. citizen, the non U.S. citizen, and then if you're a Canadian. So the first one I want to talk about is going to be the U.S. permanent resident. If you're a U.S. permanent resident, you're going to still have to bring your ID, of course, or your driver's license, whichever one you have, and you're also going to have to bring your valid permanent resident card. And for some of you guys, this is also known as a green card, pretty much. So you're definitely going to need your green card, and you're going to need your ID or driver's license. And there's a new thing that came out. Make sure on that card, I'm referring to the permanent resident card, that it has an expiration date on the front, because if not, they're really not accepting that anymore, and they're going to want you to renew it. So before you go through all that trouble, just go ahead and renew it if it doesn't have an expiration date on the front, because all your documents definitely needs to be up to date. No non-expired documents.
Yeah, because they'll definitely stop you and you won't be able to board, and you're not going to have enough time to get these documents. So definitely make sure you have the right one, right type of documents.
And the thing about the boarding thing, what I just learned recently too, is that if you don't have the right documents, guess what? They don't even have to give you a refund. So you're gonna miss out on your refund.
Right, I know that.
You're not gonna get any money back. They're not required to give you nothing back, because it's your responsibility to have all the documents that you do need. So please make sure for U.S. permanent resident that you have your ID and you have a valid permanent resident card that's up to date, and make sure that it has the expiration on the front of the card. And if not, just please go ahead and renew it. And even if you don't know like how to renew it, I believe on Carnival website they'll have a list of application. You just click on renew it, and they'll take you to the form to show you where to go to get it done, because they want you to make sure you go on your cruise. So
right. Yeah. So we're going to toss the 2 down. We're going to get into the U.S. citizens. Now, what you guys need for the U.S. citizens is, I say, make it easier on yourself. Get a passport or even a passport card. Now, they might be around, you know, saying a $150 for a passport, and that's also to come with a passport card, or you can get a passport. Just a passport card is just as good as having a passport. Don't forget to have a valid ID or driver's license up to date. You know, you don't want to get up there and have an expired, ID and you not be able to make it on the cruise. Because, like she said, that's not only going for non-residents as well as U.S. residents. Mm-hmm. They won't refund you your money back. So make sure you double check and have these items. Also, too, make sure you have your certified birth certificate with a stamp on it, or your original copy. As far as when you want to bring, to bring to the with you. Definitely have those type of documents, and make sure you look on your ID, to make sure it's the right one, because they will not take a copy. They'll take a copy with a certified stamp, but not no copy that you copied and left yours at home. That's not acceptable, so they won't take that. Also, too, to be sure, you may need your marriage certificate. Because remember, on your birth certificate, this is for the ladies, you know what I'm saying, the last name's changed, so it's not going to be the same name on your ID and on your birth certificate. So, but it's definitely going to show that you're married, like me and her, we're married.
If you didn't get that name changed, you might as well go ahead.
Your name changed, you want to make sure you have that. So that's a little, make sure, because my auntie, she went through that. Even though my uncle, passed away, she still needed it, because she still was holding her married name, and all her identification was all in her maiden name. So, so make sure you have that information. So not everybody has the passport is not required for U.S. citizens. So let's be clear. It's just easier because it has everything and all your background check and everything in one. But if you don't have your passport, you could definitely just need your identification. It has to be valid, not expired in any way. Birth certificate, and that's it. And for those that might be married, like I said, just ID, marriage certificate, birth certificate, and that's it.
And I know that a lot of times we travel as a family, so many of you may be taking some young kids with you and wondering, like, do I need an ID for them also? Only if they're over the age of 16. So if they're under 16, you're good with just their birth certificate. But if not, if they're over 16, yes, they will be required to have an ID along with their birth certificate.
Right.
So those that have smaller kids, just make sure you have their birth certificate. I know some of you may even have them on your passport. So whichever one works for you best. But if you're under 16, then you're not required to have the ID. So the next point or next one we want to talk to you about another little document that you're going to need, and this is for the non-U.S. citizen. And we know we in the U.S., but there's a lot of non-U.S. citizens out here, so I know they need the same information.
I know you guys need that, so we're definitely going to give you this information for non-U.S. residents.
So for all those out there that are non-U.S. residents, you are required to have your passport, and this passport has to be up to date. No expired passport, because they won't accept that, period. And what's going to happen when you arrive at check-in, they're going to actually surrender and take your passport from you. And you're not going to get it back until it's time to leave.
Yeah, don't worry, they're not keeping it. They're going to give it back to you.
And that's because they have to do an immigration inspection on it. So you're gonna definitely have to please make sure that it's not expired, and they're definitely gonna take it. So don't feel like, oh my goodness, something is like going on, like what's happening, because they taking it from me.
Keeping you hostage.
Yeah, they're gonna give it back to you at the end of the cruise. But also for non-citizen, you also gonna need whatever visa you have. It may be an entry multiple visa or a regular visa along with your passport. So all these things are going to get confiscated from you when you get there upon check-in, and it's just to make sure they got to do their immigration inspection. So, but no worries, you will get it back when it's time to leave.
Oh, and when you're on the cruise, you wonder, about your identification and stuff like that. When we're going to have a video specifically on your key cards, your luggage, and the other paperwork you need, also too, it's going to tie into these identifications that you need.
And what about our Canadian friends?
Yeah.
So there are many Canadians out there that also want to know what documents that they may need. So it's pretty much the same as a U.S. citizen. For Canadians, you just need your passport and your ID, and you're good to go. But with your passport, even though say you're going on a cruise January 1st, it has to be 3 months, and then it can expire. So don't go January 1st and your passport expired January 15th, because now you're in a situation they won't let you on board. It has to expire 3 months away from the date of your cruise.
And once again, they will not give you your money back. No refunds if you do not have the proper documentation.
So that's our tips and nuggets for today.
And I hope you guys definitely enjoyed this video, because we wanted to be real informative, with this, because you guys want to get on the boat with problem free. So, we definitely want to make sure you guys have the proper documents. That's the most important thing, is to get on this ship, to have a good time, is making sure you have these documents.
Yeah, so please go ahead and get all your papers in order, because you want an easy, free just breezy. You want to get on nice and easy onto your cruise, and you won't have no problems.
And if y'all have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment below. Also, too, go to Carnival and go to the help department and ask them more thoroughly detailed questions if you need more information on documentation, just to be clear. Because like I said, you won't get your money back if you don't have the proper documents, so make sure you have it ahead of time.
So that's our tips and nuggets for today. So you're watching Shawn and Casey on Vacay Mode. We really hope you enjoy it, and please subscribe below. Oh, we really want to thank all you guys that have went ahead and subscribed to our channel. We really appreciate the support.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, and see you next time.
See you.
Let's go.